Hey everyone, Kale with the Antique Book Collective, and today I'm getting to you guys with a very important question that I've asked myself so many times and that I hear asked so often, and that is, should I have a loss leader in my eBay store? So before I dive in, let me just explain what a loss leader is really quick. So a loss leader is something that either doesn't make you as much money, or it makes you just or it makes it a loss, or it's just a little bit of a profit somewhere in there. And it is something that you have, even though it loses you money or just makes a tiny bit of money and isn't really worth your time. It's something you have, though, to draw in traffic. So for me, I am at the point that I am officially going to start having a couple loss leaders on my store. Maybe a few, maybe a lot. I really don't know, but I am definitely going to start having loss leaders. I already have a couple up, and I will be adding more as time goes on. I would like to recommend that you guys all do this, but as well. But this is not really business advice because again, I'm not your business advisor. All of your situations are very different. And let's just say if you sell cars, because some people sell cars on eBay, you might not be able to really have a loss leader very easily on your eBay store if you're selling full-size cars. Whereas for me, I sell books, antique books in particular, so it's a lot easier for me to have a loss leader. So what I would say if you guys are going to have loss leaders is have it, but don't have it actually be a loss leader. Like, don't actually lose money on it, because at the end of the day, if you're selling a lot of stuff that's pretty common, odds are you're still able to make a profit, especially if you're sourcing correctly. So for me, I can source stuff for really good prices. If I shop around enough, I can get it for even less than what my normal like $2 ish is. I can get it all the way down to 5 cents or free, which has been my best that I have gotten for books. But I can get stuff for really cheap, and because I can get it so cheap, I can sell it for a pretty low price on eBay. Of course, I'm not going to sell it so low that it's not worth my time at all, but I am going to have items that are lower priced that will draw people in and will have it so people follow my store, buy other items, do a whole like bulk purchase because I combine shipping, I'll do like all these things to try to bring in more people, because at the end of the day, it's more sales. And as the Daily Refinement guy says, you need to like have consistent listings all the time. So if you aren't able to get a whole lot of items, so for me, I buy and sell antique books, sets of books, sometimes some newer books, but mostly just antiques and sets. So for me, it's pretty hard to list consistently because I can't get consistently enough stuff to list like 30 items a day like he says, and that he challenges people to do. But I can, if I get loss leaders, I can definitely get my numbers up there. And the reason why you want to make listings consistently is so you can get consistent traffic from eBay. Sorry. So that is definitely a perk of getting a loss leader, is you can actually get more traffic to your eBay store just from listing, but also just you have the lower price items, so more people are looking at you. So those are some really good perks, and you will likely see a lot of the larger eBay stores out there. So like for me, I do books. So there are a lot of very large bookstores on eBay, and a lot of them have really, really cheap books. So all of those books are either loss leaders or really low profit books, which draws a lot of people in. And because people are getting drawn in, they are able to buy the other books from that seller. They will follow that seller and buy books in the future, all that sort of stuff. So you want to be able to have your loss leaders, if you choose to have a loss leader, you want to have it so it actually draws people in and keeps them. And on top of that, if you go the extra yard, extra mile, whatever you want to call it, when you are fulfilling these orders for these lost leaders. So let's say someone buys book 1 in a series and it's $5. Let's say you throw in book 2 in the series for free, and you just say, hey, thanks for the purchase, da 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 da, please leave some feedback, please follow my store, all that sort of stuff. You might be able to get some nice new followers on your store. You might get more sales in the future. So that is something you might want to consider. With that said, you can also get, as I was already mentioning a little bit earlier, you can get more eyes on your store by having a loss leader. So this is basically the same exact way that grocery stores do it. So grocery stores, by and large, sell their milk at the back of the store, way in the back. Sometimes it's hard to find, but they have it way in the back. And when you are going from the entryway all the way to this, they normally have it so there are little kiosks set up on the entire way to the milk aisle. So if you guys have not noticed this, be sure to actually go through your next time at the grocery store and actually keep your eyes open for all the sales, all those things that are like impulse buy things, because that is actually a marketing tactic. And if you go to a business school, so I went to some business school to learn marketing and all that sort of stuff, so I got to learn these cool little tips and tricks, but I was pretty surprised by that. And I was like, ooh, how can I implement that into my business as I was considering all this? And a loss leader in your business for your eBay listings could be a really good way to do that. So again, you could just have your cheap books, just hide them somewhere and have it so people have to go through your whole store to find them. And I know that's sort of a weird thing and a little hard to do for eBay, but here's just one interesting way you might be able to do that. So remember what I said about how you can buy book one and then give away book two? Well, let's say book one's your lost leader, and then book two, book three, book four are the standard price for these books. So if someone's going to buy the entire series from you to save on shipping, they could buy those other books for the higher price, and they got drawn in because you're lost leader book one, but they paid full price for the other books, which at the end of the day actually made you more money. That is something that you might want to do. It really depends on what your particular business is. So let's say you're selling jeans, maybe that's a little bit harder to do. But if you're selling books or movies or anything like that, media, that could really benefit you guys. So with all that said and done, I think that's all I really need to share with you guys on having a lost leader in your business. Of course, there's a lot more I could say, but that's all I'm going to say today. If you guys would like to learn more about eBay businesses in general, or my antique book business, or book businesses in general, be sure to subscribe up there, and be sure to check out another one of my videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video.